obviously Kansas City and Oakland are rebuilding. I mean, obviously we know who the top team is, but in this division, room to move.
Well, think about this. You just got you have LaDainian Tomlinson in your division, and here you have Darren McFadden now with the Raiders. Better get somebody to stop those guys.
Well, then you got, Glenn, what he brings also, as we talked about with Chris, that heart, that practice mentality, that leadership. The Chiefs are kind of floundering, so these first picks are really mattering.
Defensive tackle, LSU.
And they had a decent defense last year, so when you're not a very good team, try to get strong on one side of the ball.
And it's a young football team, so picking him at this position will help them out significantly. Like you said, it gives them that Chris Long thing, Chris.
Well, Glenn Dorsey was a guy Kirk Herbstreit you got to know very well as LSU won a national crown last year, and Dorsey can just make it happen no matter how many guys are on him in the interior, right?
Well, boom, there's no doubt about it. This guy is the total package. Just talking to Bo Pelini, his defensive coordinator, earlier this morning about him. He thinks he's the best defensive lineman he's ever seen. Obviously, he has everything you're looking for with the power up front. Looking at a guy that's 6'1", 300 pounds, the unique combination of power, but also the ability and the quickness to penetrate, disrupt the running game, and also put pressure on a quarterback. I think he's the best defensive tackle that I've seen in the last 13 years of watching the elite level of college football because of his ability to control the line of scrimmage with his size and use his quickness to get up, as I said, into the backfield. This guy is a major disruptor, and as good as I think we've seen him again. Another guy coming out of the SEC with the great speed.
I think you look at it, I think Kirby touched on it, when you look at a guy like Glenn Dorsey, I think he's the best football player in this draft. He'll be powerful and explosive. And for Kansas City, they need offensive line help, they need defensive end help. But here's the defensive tackle. You got Alfonso Boone, Ryan Edwards, and Tank Tyler. Serviceable, okay players. That's it. This kid is a difference maker, a penetrator, and obviously a lot of picks. They got 17 from Minnesota, a lot of picks in this draft from Carl Peterson. They get quality players on both sides of the ball into this rebuilding process for the Kansas City Chiefs.
5 for 5 in the green room. Glenn Dorsey goes to the Chiefs with our Susie Carver. Suze?
What was the feeling when the phone rang?
Oh, I just started shaking. I was hoping it was something positive. We've been sitting back there, and I'm just excited to be a Chief,
What did the voice on the other end say? Who was it?
It was the general manager. He called me. He told me how would I like to be a Chief. He put me on the phone with the head coach, and they just asked me how was I feeling and can I help their defense. And I said, yes, sir, I surely can.
And how are you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful. I'm happy as all outdoors,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Glenn Dorsey, drafted by the Kentucky Towers.